Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Karina from Day by Day K, and in today's video we are talking about desserts. Woohoo! So I actually think this is a perfect time for this video because summer is around the corner, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a fitness instructor as well as a fitness competitor, and I'm actually prepping for a show which is coming up in just a couple of weeks. So for a lot of people, and I think this is a great video also if you follow any other fitness instructors or fitness models or fitness people, you know, we're always talking about healthy eating and making sure you're working out and all this stuff, and it's all about balance. And I think since summer is coming, all the barbecues are happening, all the family events, the friend events, and this is a time where a lot of people find it very hard to stick to their programs because food is such a social thing. So I think one of the most important things to realize is that everyone needs a break and a day off. So even for myself, I'm only about 15 or 14 weeks away. I still have one cheat meal a week where I have whatever I want. I don't measure what I'm eating. I don't think about the calories of it. I just enjoy myself. And it's a great way to reset your mind, and it also helps to reset your body to get ready for the following week so that you can crush your goals again. It's the same thing with exercise, of course. So you shouldn't be doing like crazy intense exercise 7 days a week. Your body needs a break to rest and recover. So I had a family reunion this past weekend, and I ended up making this awesome dessert that I really, really love. And I thought, you know what? This is a perfect time to share that with you guys because I know sometimes it's hard to find something that, you know, what am I gonna really enjoy and like on my cheat meal? You want it to be something that you're actually gonna enjoy. I don't know, I've had a couple of times where I went for something and I was like, oh, I remember I wanted to eat this, and I have it, I'm like, oh, that wasn't as good as I had expected, right? So this is my go-to for sure. It never lets me down. If anyone out there is vegan and watching this, this is actually a vegan dessert. So I actually found this on YouTube about 3-4 years ago when I was vegan, and I absolutely love it. If you are not vegan, let me tell you guys, this is super amazing. Anytime I go to a party and I take this with me, people are always asking me for the recipe. And without further ado, I am going to tell you it is banana bread cake. Like I said, I absolutely love it. It's really delicious, and you guys need to try this out. So I'm gonna meet you guys in my kitchen. I'm gonna show you how to make it, and make sure you guys like and subscribe. And if you do decide to try it out, or if you have another recipe that you'd love to share with me, I'm more than open to trying it out and even posting it on my channel. So let me know how it goes, and I'll see you in my kitchen. Ciao, ciao. Okay, so I'm gonna list all the ingredients at the end of this video, but for the purpose of just showing you guys, this is pretty much how I've laid everything out, and I'll kind of walk you through everything as I go. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to actually start off with all the dry ingredients and mixing them all in one bowl. So I have some flour, I'm gonna mix that in, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is add in some sugar. This is regular sugar, but you can use stevia or Splenda, whatever you like. Baking powder, baking soda, and a little bit of sea salt. You're gonna take that, you're gonna mix it in. Again, for the purpose of this video, I kind of tried to make it all fancy where I can separate everything, but you guys can put it all in one bowl towards the end. Now I have 2 bananas, so I had them frozen, and then I just let them thaw out. And into that I'm going to mix coconut oil. That also, you measure the coconut oil solid, and then you can melt it in the fridge. The original recipe, by the way, calls for 4 bananas. I actually didn't have 4 bananas in my freezer, so I only used 2. The difference honestly just tastes a little bit sweeter, so you can try with 2 or with 4. Then I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And again, I always recommend, which I will put the original recipe, this is just the way that I'm making it. It's not the exact same measurements, but it's just to kind of show you, like, you really don't have to overthink when it comes to baking this banana bread dessert cake. Then I have some water I'm gonna add in there, and then we're gonna mix all of that up together as well. So you just want to make sure that the banana is pretty much like nicely mashed up towards the end. And don't worry if the coconut oil starts to kind of harden a little bit. As long as it's not like completely solidified, then you should be good. Then we're gonna transfer everything into one bowl. And so all your dry ingredients and all your wet ingredients all into one bowl. And you can see Coco there, he somehow stole a chocolate chip, so he was occupied. And chocolate chips. You can also use nuts. I've tried this recipe with nuts, and I've tried it without any chocolate chips or nuts, and it's also really, really delicious. So it's kind of, remember, you're the king of your kitchen, the queen of your kitchen, whichever one. So this is what it looks like after you've kind of mixed it up. If you need to, if you feel like you need to add a little bit more water, you can definitely do that, but you don't want it to be too watery. And then you're going to transfer into a baking pan. So you can see here I have like a regular one, and then I have just this kind of skillet here. So I'm going to use this only for the reason I wanted to show you, for some of you that maybe don't have like, you know, the proper baking tools at home, which I never did when I first started. So I'm just going to transfer it over to this so that you guys can see what it looks like when I bake it in here as well. I'm going to set the oven to bake for 350, so you're going to preheat it, and then you're going to pop that into the oven. And then I actually didn't time it. It takes about, like, I'll say 20 minutes, but just kind of watch it, check it out, see it's still kind of, it looks like it's browning, but it's still pretty liquidy inside. And then finally, after about like 20-25 minutes, it should look something like this. So it's still pretty soft. So what I do is I usually just turn off the oven, and then I just leave it in the oven for like another 10 minutes or something like that. So once it's done, this is what it looks like. And then we're just going to transfer it over. So you want to just make sure you give it a little bit of time to cool outside of the oven as well, maybe like another 10 minutes. And I'm just going to use like a spatula here so I can transfer it. So I'm going to transfer it over to this plate, and then from this plate I'm going to transfer it. I'm going to flip it back just the same way I did it to flip it onto this plate, so that it looks all pretty and fancy. Now the nice thing about this too is it lasts pretty long. Like I think I've kept it before for about a week outside of the fridge, and it was completely fine. This time, the reason why I even made this was because I actually had a family reunion, so I made this for our party, and the rest I actually froze. So you can also freeze it. It'll last quite a while, or you can keep it in your fridge. And voila, that is the banana bread cake. And it is all ready to eat. So guys, I will post also the link for the YouTube channel where I found the original recipe. But I want you guys to try it out. Let me know how you like it. And here is a list of all the ingredients. If you have questions, comments, let me know. And even send some pictures.